Hi, my name is Katherine Swanson, and this is my narrative. On October 1st of 2017, Las Vegas, Nevada experienced the worst mass shooting in modern-day history. A man named Stephen Paddock opened fire into a crowd of about 22,000 people who were all attending the Route 99 concert. This night killed and changed the lives of hundreds of people forever, and it changed mine too. So a little bit of background. For my freshman year of college, from 2016 to 2017, I went to the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. And this was just the craziest, most challenging, and funnest year I've ever had in my entire life. I started out as a pre-med student and learned very quickly that I am much more of an English, communications, and liberal arts kind of student rather than a math and science student. I tried out for the cheerleading team and became a D1 cheerleader, which was such an incredible opportunity to be able to cheer for that football and basketball team. And I also met my current best friends and just the best people I've ever met in my entire life. These people are there for me, they love me, and they care for me more than any other friends I've ever met, and I'm so thankful to have them. But sadly, life happens, and sometimes there's just nothing you can do about it. And during that year, my parents went through some pretty big financial hardships, which made it so I couldn't go back to UNLV the following year, and I had to move back home. But thankfully, with my job back home, I am able to make enough money to go visit my friends in Las Vegas at UNLV about every couple months, which is really nice. So going back a few months, on September 28th of 2017, I flew to Las Vegas to surprise my friends at UNLV and visit them for the weekend. And during that weekend, we walked along the strip and made fun of drunk tourists. We went to a fast food restaurant called Cane's, which is the best place to get chicken strips that sadly Northern California doesn't have. And we just enjoyed being reunited again. And so the morning of October 1st, we made plans to sneak into the Route 99 concert. I had a few sorority friends who were going to work at the concert, and they said they could sneak us in, so we thought that'd be a really fun idea. But as the night went on, one of my friends started becoming sick, and so as a group we decided it'd be better to just stay on campus and have a relaxing night in the dorms. And this decision potentially saved all of our lives. A little before 10 p.m., my best friend from UNLV, Amy, and I decided to walk around the campus and just kind of reminisce on all the fun, good times that we had when we went to school together. We were laughing about all the old jokes that we had and all the fun times, and everything just felt right until we heard it. Just popping sounds, an explosion of popping sounds off in the distance like fireworks. We weren't really sure what it was, so we kind of dismissed it pretty instantly and didn't really think much of it until about 10 minutes later when we heard the next sound. Sirens. And a tsunami of sirens coming from all different directions, from police cars and ambulances driving all along the streets heading toward the strip. And that's when we got worried and started to realize that something wrong was happening. And we got a call from one of our friends who were on the strip, and they called us telling us that there was an open shooter at the Route 99 concert. So instantly, just not really knowing what to do, my friends and I who were on campus piled up in a car and started driving toward the strip. I didn't know what we were going to do or what we thought we could do, but we just wanted to do something. We knew we had friends out on the strip, and we wanted to drive towards them to possibly pick them up. I don't know. That was just our first instinct. But we didn't get very far because right away we were stuck in dead traffic. There were pedestrians and people screaming and running on the sidewalks and throughout the streets everywhere. There were ambulances and trucks driving on the sidewalk around all the traffic because they had to get to the strip to pick up all the injured people and take them to the nearest hospital. And sitting in that traffic in the car, not able to go anywhere, I've never felt so useless in my entire life. And I remember just sitting in the car in complete silence with all my friends, and we were just listening to the screams coming from outside and the sirens that just never stopped. And knowing that I had friends and people out on the strip who were at the concert and not knowing if they had gotten shot or were injured, And just knowing that there was nothing I could do at that time was the most painful and devastating feeling I've ever felt in my entire life. While we were in the car, we decided to turn on the local radio news station, and the Las Vegas Police Department was reporting live to that news station of everything they were finding as soon as they were finding it, and just all the information and details that they knew right away, so that us as locals could be educated on it right away and stay safe and know what's going on. And this was really cool because we got a first-hand look and experience of the entire shooting experience and just kind of what was going on. So we got to know right away, kind of before any of the media could skew the information. And there were a lot of things that happened that night that the media and TV news stations either deny or don't talk about. Like, there were multiple shooters at different casinos and resorts all around the Strip. There was a suspected car bomb outside of one of the hotels. And there was a woman who was running around the crowd of the concert telling people that they were going to die that night. All of which things that were reported by the police that night that media and news stations either deny or don't talk about. And it's so frustrating. My friends and I stayed up all night that night, just waiting, hoping, and praying to hear back from all the people that we knew were on the Strip to see if they were okay. And thankfully, all my friends are alive. A couple of my fraternity friends got shot, and one of them got trampled pretty bad and was really bruised up, so they had to go to the hospital. But everyone is alive and physically healthy now. But just hundreds of people weren't as lucky. I flew home that next morning to my family and continued on with my everyday life in Sacramento. And just for months, I had this heavy, sick, empty feeling in my stomach. And even now, when I talk about it, I just feel sad. I feel that pit feeling in my stomach. And I wasn't even at the concert. I was close to it and was able to experience some of what was going on, but I wasn't even there. And I just can't imagine how bad that must have been. And I often get this feeling of, why me? Like, why was I lucky enough to have my plans change right before I was about to try to sneak into that concert? Why did my friend get sick so that we were able to stay at the dorms and not go? Why did I get the privilege of flying home to my family that next morning when thousands of families are now broken and don't have that same opportunity anymore? And all I have is to thank God for that. Thank you.